Hello everyone, I'm Sean Genovese, and this is Distracted Driving.
We're here to distract you from driving.
I don't even know that that's what this is going to be called. My wife saw this on the calendar. And she said, "Oh, what's distracted driving?" And I said, "Something you should never do."
That's right.
And I said, "Yeah."
And that's why we're going to make a podcast about it.
Well, she remembered us talking about it before. She goes, "Oh, are you doing a podcast?" And I said, "Yes." And she goes, "Oh, who with?" And I said, "Rex Aloysius Williams."
Whoop, whoop.
And she said, "Oh, okay. Is it going to be live?" I said, "No." She goes, "Oh, you're just going to record it and then do
live on tape.
Whatever you're going to do?" And I'm like, "Yes, I'm going to record it and do whatever I'm going to do." And I have no idea what I'm going to do.
Yeah. Well, we have an idea because we thought about this idea many years ago. I don't even remember.
We did. Well, it was about the time that I left.
Okay.
And
left
so,
our common company.
I thought one thing we could do today is let's briefly tell the story of how we ended up doing podcasts.
Okay.
And this is where we would play the harp music.
The harp music.
You have to go back, way back to 2015, maybe 2014.
Well, we started in 2015. And I'll tell you, you heard about the recent co-host.
Yes.
Also leaving.
Yes.
And he has done the same amount of episodes as you have. It's so funny. 22 each. Yeah. So we just did episode 44, and that was his sign-off farewell episode. And
well, so this was inside of a large manufacturing conglomerate, which is really all people need to know, because and that's important. You have to know that it was inside a large Fortune 50 company, because the premise of the show, called the Movement Maker Show, was we wanted to celebrate the people that were able to move ideas and move progress forward inside and in spite of a giant bureaucracy.
Yeah.
People that didn't wait for permission.
Without asking permission. That's right.
So then in 2017,
Movement
makers. As you just said, I did.
And we had to be careful. We had to be careful how we said it. Starting a movement. And people give us crap for that all the time.
Starting a movement was fine. Making a movement, though, you had to say the Movement Maker Show. You couldn't talk about making a movement.
Right.
That's a different connotation.
Yeah, and people always gave us a hard time, but we ran with it because it was funny. And
we ran with it because we already had a logo and everything.
Where's the mug? Where's my shirt? I got shirts. We got mugs.
I meant to get the mug.
Here we go.
That'll be episode 2.
Should I show it? Is it proprietary?
Show it. No,
I have a magnet.
We own it.
I have a magnet.
Oh, actually, I have
the Movement Maker Show. I just happen to have it right up here.
I have the sticker.
That's awesome. Oh, the sticker. Yeah.
I have the
sticker. There it is in all its glory. Hey, it's still running.
So
5 seasons and running.
It's still running, but after 22 episodes, I departed the company and fled the state. Actually,
made a move. Made your own move.
Was after me, and so what happened is, after I left and relocated, you and I would continue to have conversations, typically on our commutes to the office. This was back in the day when people
we used to drive.
You know, you'd have to go
all
someplace to
work, put on nice shoes.
Pants, put on pants.
Yeah. Drive
and so
for a long time.
We would have these conversations at first just to catch up and see how things were going. And then, then we would start talking about, all kinds of stuff. And we said, we should make this into a new podcast.
Yes.
We'll call it Distracted Driving, because we're having these conversations while we're driving.
And I had previous, well, it's not a podcast, but recordings that I used to call Rex on the Road.
Right.
And because I had a longer commute because I was at a different office, and to fill the time, I just would record while I was
This
driving.
is going to be more focused than Rex on the Road, but we do need to give homage to the Rex on the Road series, because that was definitely part of the inspiration here.
Yeah, it all comes together because your car is the best recording studio, man.
It is.
It's like soundproof,
and
there's all kinds of things going. You never know what's going to happen out there.
and let's not forget the Road Scholars.
Oh,
which of course is my web empire.
Yeah, you had
also
that was way back
with a theme of being on the road. So I think it's an appropriate title because it also has the double meaning that connects back to the concepts of the Movement Maker show. Distracted driving, you could be driving a car, or you could be driving ideas and change through an organization.
Ding, ding, ding.
There we go. We've brought it
Did
full
you get
circle.
that?
You're even wearing the Kaizen challenge.
I know. Isn't that funny?
Today.
Yeah. I'm wearing this shirt for no other purpose in that it's comfortable and it fits well. And I got it for free from the company because I videoed an event that was called the Kaizen Challenge, and they gave us a free t-shirt. I'm like, yes. So
well, maybe that's where we start. Tell us a little bit about that event. What was the Kaizen Challenge event? Do you remember?
Yeah, but it has nothing to do with the show.
Okay. Well, making change.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's true.
I don't need to know what the thing was, but what's a Kaizen challenge?
Well, for you lean types out there, Kaizen, Japanese term that means something about improvement. I'm butchering it so bad. They're gonna come after me.
It does mean improvement.
Improvement, quick improvement, Kaizen bursts. I remember that. Well, it's a cool event, really. Actually, they got these teams together, like multiple teams, like 3 different teams in the factory. These are like factory people that are building the thing that we build, and they have these issues like, wow, this isn't working. We need a better solution for how to put this together or something. And so they had these teams that went through this whole Kaizen process, which is really cool. They have a coach, and they all 3 worked on the same problem. So it was in parallel, but they didn't really talk to each other. Just kind of like, okay, come up with your best solution. And they have to like model it. They have to look at like nature and animals and say, how does nature solve this problem? And it's like this cool process where they go through and they document everything, and then it's like is it like a week, or is it 3 days, or
usually those things are about a week.
Yeah. And then they come at the end of the final presentation and present to executives and a panel, that's going to decide which one's the best and then implement it and whatnot. And so they asked me and a team to do, like a live stream of the event, and also video it for future, for archive purposes.
For posterity.
Yeah. So it was awesome. We had a whole team. It's so funny because like live stream. Oh yeah, that just means using a WebEx meeting.
Right. With a camera though.
But yeah, I had my webcam, and we had it on this big long pole in a cart, and I was moving it around on this cart so you could get these different angles. And we had multiple camera angles, and so someone was working the WebEx and like switching who's like the main speaker, so it would like switch camera angles. It was awesome. It was like really like a sports event thing, although it was just totally hack with webcams and computers and stuff. So
that reminds me of the show that we did from the hackathon that one time, where it was kind of a similar event where you had these teams come together and they were working together to solve problems. But remember, we went and did the show from there, and then we just started walking out, and we actually had a cameraman. We started asking people questions.
Yeah. What do you think?
It wasn't live.
How was
it was
this
live on tape, because that's how
we recorded it, and then edited and posted. We interviewed people. It was cool because they had like the background of all this commotion going on and stuff. Yeah.
Well, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts lately, and there's some good ones that I enjoy, and there's some good ones that I try to enjoy. And I find one of the problems I have with podcasts is they're too long. And I always thought one of the great things about our show was that it was bite-sized. It was the right amount of time. We shot for 20 minutes. We're trying to go for 15 to 20 minutes. Sometimes we went a little bit over, but
yeah.
I want to do the same thing here. I want to keep this short and sweet. In a future episode, maybe we'll dive into some topics. We'll dive into some topics. Maybe we'll have
and it wasn't the original idea is that we would be in our cars.
You know what?
And
I'm
going to try it because
that's fine, but we can't exclusively do it in our cars or we'll never do it.
Well, that's what happened, right? Like we were trying to set up the different like logistics and how it was going to work.
Right.
And because
we were going to do this a pandemic ago.
Yeah, a pandemic. And then it just stalled, right? And we never did it. So today you scheduled a meeting and I was like, what's this for? Oh, we're going to record a show.
I don't know, but we're going to start recording.
So that's how you start, is start by starting.
For today, before we sign off, we had the show. You and I did 22 episodes together. You went on to do another 22, it sounds like. What was one that stood out to you that maybe we could describe to whatever audience we may or may not have that would really give them an idea of why we liked the show so much? Other people liked it too.
Yeah, so many.
A lot of viewers. I'm sure you lost most of your viewers when I left the show.
yeah, for sure. Oh man, I can't remember. You want me to remember something while I'm being filmed?
Well, I gave you one. We did the hackathon.
Empties your mind.
We had a lot of fun with the Uncle Dennis episode, but in terms of the core of what the show was about, that's probably not the best one to use. Jim, we had the Jim Salmon episode
in the
makerspace. Actually, maybe that's what we'll do. Do you remember what some of the things do? So when we talk about a movement maker, what were some of the movement makers that we talked to? So Jim, he created the makerspace down in the basement. I still to this day use examples from from Cleve, from Cleve
Law,
with the behaviors, four behaviors, I think.
Four behaviors. Yeah.
I just wrote a blog post about Michael Erickson and
Michael Erickson,
using pictures to help facilitate communication.
Yep.
And these were all people that they had these ideas and they did these things in spite of their jobs, in spite of rules, being granted permission or not. They didn't bother asking for permission. They just did it.
Yeah. We did the one on robots.
Robots.
That's robots, right? And
yes,
Richard
we did.
Cross,
right, the factory automation. That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
We used to have a poll.
We had Girl Scout cookies on that episode.
Yeah, you remembered. Yeah, I'm looking at it here. We had polls that said, "What are your favorite Girl Scout cookies?"
Yeah,
that was Thin Mints. We did about the one called 2 Words.
Oh, really the 2 words. That's a great example, actually, because let's tell a little bit of that story. We met Stephanie through the show, and we did a crowd episode. She was a fan, and we did a live show, live air quotes.
Oh yeah,
where we just invited. We didn't have a designated guest. We put out an open meeting notice on our page, and anybody who wanted to join at the scheduled time was going to be on the show. It was basically a recorded WebEx meeting that we turned into a live show. Stephanie was one of the people on that show. And then she came to us later and said that she had an idea for something. So we went down and we did a show just with her, and the 2 words that can change your life and your career.
2 words.
And you know what? That's going to be a future blog post of mine.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do a whole episode on that, but the 2 words were thank you. And that was great, because she just, again, that started because she recognized in the course of doing her job, she came across somebody who had a bunch of these points, recognition points that the company had given this person over many years, and they were about to leave the company and retire. And they didn't care about them. They wanted to know, what do I do with these points? Oh, well, you redeem them. And they're like, I don't care. And Stephanie realized, wow, this is so profound that this person has done a good job, obviously, and been recognized for the work that she's done, and doesn't care about the form of recognition that she's been given.
And
so
it was essentially money. It was points or money that she could buy things in the company store.
At the company store. And that prompted Stephanie to do some research and put a whole little sheet together. And I'm glad we remembered that, because I do intend, I'm going to write my next blog post, I think, is going to be about that.
Yeah, there's different ways people value recognition differently, basically. And so, whereas points might be super valuable, some person just saying thank you is better for someone else. And so it was the thank you cube. She made like a little cube that had all the little things on the side.
I still have it all. Really cool. Maybe I'll post that. Probably get sued for copyright infringement or something. That's all right.
Yeah. So, people are smart. And the stuff. When you have autonomy, or even if you don't have it, you take it, you make it happen yourself. Great things can happen, right?
And that's
initiative.
That's what was so great about the people that we found, because when a company gets to be a certain size, you necessarily, if you're going to be a successful company, you necessarily have these rules and policies and procedures that start to get instituted, because that's just what you have to have it. You have to have it.
Yeah.
And the unintended consequence of that is it does rob people to a certain extent of their autonomy. And their ability to go and execute change and deploy good ideas. But the people that we found and the people that we had on the show had found ways to either use the system to their advantage or to work around those policies and processes in an appropriate way.
Yeah.
To go and still advance ideas like Stephanie did.
Yeah.
What did Steve Holt tell us when he was on? I've been doing this long enough that I can pretty much do whatever I want.
Yeah. That's what you said. What do you do for our company? And he said, well, whatever I want, which is my favorite answer too when people ask me what I do, because it's so hard to explain. It's like so much detail. Like, I just do whatever I want.
You wear T-shirts that say Kaizen Challenge.
I video events. Yeah.
Right. From really. Live streaming. No, but he said something else to us. He talked about
our first guest. This was
he was our first guest.
Yeah, one of our friends. Like, let's just interview our friends.
I think it was Find a Way. He was talking about Find a Way. And, Find a Way wasn't about just doing whatever. It was about finding a way to do it, but within the construct of these, the rules that you have.
Yeah.
And the rules don't mean that you can't do things. It just means you got to figure out how to work around them and work with them and through them.
Was that episode 2? Don't wait to be asked.
Don't wait to be asked. So that's, that is the origin story. This is the spinoff. This is the 1883 to the Yellowstone. That was the origin story for Distracted Driving, the podcast. We don't know where it's going. Hopefully we'll be back.
DistractedDriving.com. No, DistractedDrivingPodcast.com.
There we go.
Don't go to DistractedDriving.com. We'll find something.
Probably get a driver's education store.
Well, I think it's over. it's something about Russia. There's some Russian
Oh,
stuff on there.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, no, don't do
That's
that.
Russian.
Distracted Driving Podcast. So we still have that?
Yeah.
Good. Good. We don't even know whose show this is, really. We're just happy to have whoever's listening with us.
Yeah. Yeah. It don't matter. It's just fun for us.
Yeah. Well, with that, let's officially sign off so this isn't too long.
Yeah, I think it's already too long already.
Probably.
Yeah, because I know you're right. Like
Thanks
I look
for
at
listening.
podcasts and 45 minutes. I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Okay. Oh, do we need a sign off? Like
Well, we never really introduced ourselves, so why would we? But
oh yeah.
Sure. Well, I'm Sean
Rex.
Genovese.
Oh. Let's not talk at the same time.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Retake. Okay, do that again.
Okay, marker. I'm Sean Genovese.
And I'm Rex Williams. And
Thanks
this is
for
the
joining us for
Distracted Driving Podcast.
Yeah, we'll work on that.